Hello, hello, and welcome to Community TV with Adaire. This is TV for you by TV from me, and this is where I talk to people in the community who are doing amazing things to add value to the lives of people around them. Now, this could be a meditation, a yoga class, learning to cook, reading, tarot cards, healing, physical fitness, gardening, or even a business show. It is important to us to bring whatever is important to you. Today we actually have an extra special show. This is, before I announce my guest, this is coming to you live but as a premiere. So I did pre-record this. I am actually in transit at the moment from Queensland to South Australia, and this is airing live, but it has been pre-recorded. So please do look for myself and my special guest that I will be announcing in a moment in the comment section down below. We will be there, we will be playing, and we will be answering questions. So you will have our full attention. Today it's my pleasure to introduce our very special guest who has been on Community TV with Adaire before. It's Mary McCloud. Now, Mary is a singer, songwriter, and retreat facilitator with the Self-Love Miracle Retreats. She considers herself to be an earth angel on earth angel duty to help humanity awaken, heal, and reveal the truth of our oneness. At a personal level, Mary helps people to know themselves in the deepest level, love themselves unconditionally, and be themselves and authentically, fully and authentically in the world. Welcome, Mary.
Hello. It's so good to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so pleased that we're able to do this. And before we get into it, I would like to say that if you are here, please, what we're talking about is self-love, and we will get into that in just a moment. But if you know of somebody who would benefit from this information, and I actually don't know of anyone who wouldn't, please make sure that they know that we're talking and that the amazing Mary McCloud is sharing her superpowers with us, which is a lovely, lovely lead-in to what are your No, let's start at the beginning. What led you to be sitting here talking to me today? What's the potted version of the history with Mary?
Oh, how I got to be sitting here with you today. There's so much, so many places I could go with that question. I mean, really, the only way that I have ever been able to build the confidence to actually be here is to have developed a real depth of self-love, because my story has been one of self-hatred and just lack of self-confidence and just thinking, I just wanted to be invisible. So, but I always knew I had the seed of someone who really wants to make a difference in the world. So I basically faced all my fears, and now I'm able to come on beautiful shows like this because I have that depth of self-love, and I enjoy so deeply helping other people find that place in themselves where they back themselves and they never doubt themselves again. Yeah. Or if they do, they know exactly what to do about it,
And I love that because, as you know, and for people who are watching, Mary has been a great support and a help to me. So I can actually vouch from personal experience about how amazing this woman is with her healing and how she can help. And I can actually say, even though it is for some people, and some people take a little bit longer than others to get it. And I love the fact that, and you say yourself, it's not our fault because it's stuff that happened to us in our as we were conditioned, and even before we were born, things happened and we are conditioned, and that's how we are. So now I'm taking the conversation off track a little. Well, probably not, but is
totally. That's not really off track at all. That's not really off track at all. Really, when you said, when people say, "Oh, you're such an amazing woman," immediately I think, what makes us all amazing is when we have a conscious connection with Source, with the universe, with God, love, with the unseen part of ourselves. That's what makes us amazing beings. And that's where you're going to actually find your unshakable self-love, is by finding that connection with that unconditionally loving part of yourself.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's what all of my retreats, all of my one-on-one sessions, everything that I do, all of my music, it's all based in finding that connection, based in and helping you to raise into that connection with your own source and with your own source of love.
Yeah.
So,
and I have to say, I love this. I was looking for the CD. I'm going, oh my God, I can't find it. And then I realized I'd actually been playing it because it's been in my computer. So this has come all the way across Australia, and this is Mary's. Her music is absolutely amazing, and it is called Only Love. You released this, was it February that you actually released
February, end of February. Yep.
Yeah, and I do have my favorite, well, I've got two favorites on here. The first one is the one with the sisters. Now, which one is that one? It's called?
That's the title track, Only Love.
Only Love, that's the sisters one. And then The Wealthy Woman, of course, you released that on International Women's Day. Was it last year or the year before? Oh my God, time flies when you're having fun.
I think it was last year, and that was just the version that I had recorded myself at home. So the version on the CD is actually a lot better. Hey, it has all the backing, all the instrumentation, and
they are all beautiful. They are all beautiful.
I feel really good about it.
So I'm giving this a plug. You can actually get the audio copy of the CD from marymccloud.bandcamp.com, and we'll have the link above here, so you can just click on that and go over and order yourself a copy of the CD. I'd actually love a copy for everybody in my life, and there's a few people in my life that I think would really, really appreciate this. So I'm heading over there, and I'm going to get some more. So give them all out for Christmas. Not waiting for Christmas.
No, that's still too far away.
Still too far away.
Tomorrow Christmas will be around the corner.
I know. So what would you consider to be your superpower?
I thought briefly about that, and it's been coming up more and more lately that when you ask yourself, what comes really naturally to me, and what is my superpower? Immediately I thought it's unconditional love, because once you find unconditional love for yourself, you also find it for everyone else. That's just the way it works, because with oneness, when you're in the awakened consciousness of oneness, you love yourself so much that you wouldn't want to project anger or rejection towards anyone else, because you see them as a part of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you realize that if you're angry or rejecting someone, you're actually hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And you love yourself so deeply that you don't do that anymore. So really, self-love is the beginning of everything.
So
that would be unconditional love. And I have an ability to look at someone and see their highest self, see their highest potential. Well, as much as you can from the physical, see people's highest potential and help them to see that as well.
Yeah.
So they shoot for it.
I think it's great, and I think the way that you can encourage people to tap into that and to I guess to be their higher self, because this is stuff they don't teach you in school, Mary.
Cool. That really, really matters. Like my son keeps harping on about, why do I have to study math? I'm never going to use it.
We've got Google for that. And I guess that's the thing is, people who are, when we get caught up in mainstream and we get caught up in the rat race, and it's trying to get off of that merry-go-round, but when you're in the middle of it, you don't even know that you're on it.
Yeah, that's very true, and that's the very big gift that pain brings us, is awareness. When it acts, you're running around in unawareness, and you're on the treadmill or whatever, it sometimes takes an accident, the punch in the face, the pain or the loss of someone, to make you go, oh my God, what was I doing? And to bring your consciousness back to the present moment. where you can consciously create your world. You can consciously decide how to act instead of always reacting.
So if someone's starting to do that, and they're starting to, and I'm just thinking back over the journey that I've been on for the last 10 years, or probably the last 50-something years, if I think about it, in different ways, but especially over the last 10 years have been really been that I've been propelled in this direction, I think, and it was generally through pain. But what I found, and is it normal for you to feel, but when you get off of that roundabout and you look at things that would happen where you would normally have this intense emotional reaction, that might be anger, or it might be jealousy, or it might be shame or pity, and any of those emotions, and you look at something and you don't feel that. And I know at first it felt like abnormal.
Yeah, for sure. At first, you can feel almost guilty that you're not sucked into other people's dramas anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like for me, because I see people's pain as a blessing to them, and that's not in a mean way, but so when someone says, oh, this happened and that happened, I think it's funny and I tend to laugh, and that's really inappropriate sometimes because I just see the cosmic joke. But yeah. it can be weird, but just, let's face it, if you're a conscious person waking up, you're weird. You're weird to mainstream society. You're one of the 5% of awakened beings, or that's probably actually a lot more, because in recent times, in the recent weeks and months, a lot more people are awakening. There's can you feel it in the air? The pain gets so intense that you have no choice but to break through it and see what's actually happening, which is our awakening, which is a cleansing. So anytime you've got pain and hurt, and the three trapped emotions from childhood are fear, anger, and hurt. So whatever is triggering you in the present moment goes all the way back to childhood, and it's happening now because it's our time to evolve. And the way we evolve is by breathing and releasing through all those feelings, instead of keeping on repressing them. Repressing them is causing disease in your body. It's causing relationships to melt down. It's causing all kind of, the crappy things in your life that you would judge as crappy. But as soon as you're going, oh, this is just a feeling coming up to be released, and you go to the mirror, you run to the mirror and you go, okay, sweetie, I got you. Okay, we can do this together. And you look into your own beautiful eyes, and you might have the grumbling, that voice in the background going, they did this, they did that, rah, 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 I hate the world. But you look into your own beautiful eyes, and you're looking into your own soul, and you can connect with yourself at the deepest level, and you can heal all those illusions that are coming up for you, and move on to real life. Life, conscious life.
Real life. And again, it feels like it is, when you jump out of the mainstream and slow down that merry-go-round, or even get off the merry-go-round, it feels like for me, it was a bit it was like I was living in this alternate reality. And it still feels like that. And does it ever come to be a actual reality? I mean, I guess it is.
It definitely does. You might still be living that way because you're not coming fully out of yourself with everyone. Like when you don't care what other people think and you just start talking about it because that's who you really are.
Yeah.
Then it becomes real, because if you're still hiding and going, okay, I can talk that way in this context, but I can't talk that way in front of those people. Well, you can't censor yourself, but you don't want to cross the line to pretending like it's not who you really are, if you know what I mean. Then
I think I do.
I think it all the time. And people who don't gel with you knowing you as love, right? You knowing you as who you really are. People who don't gel with that will pass out of your life. And you have to accept that. And you're going to have new people coming in that do gel with your actual reality. And the more you hang out with them, the more that's going to confirm, you'll hear all their stories.
And that's actually been happening. And the universe has gifted us with an amazing community. you know, and opportunities that we never thought would, yeah, like it blows my mind when I think about it. And it still is. I totally blessed. I think one of the things that you mentioned retreats before, and one of the things that we are doing is coming to the retreat at the Daintree, and I said that earlier in our chat that we are coming up in October. But I know that you've got a few more things happening between now and then, and so if you want to share with us,
sure.
What's on the agenda for Mary, and what treats have we got? What universal treats are you gifting the world?
Well, this weekend, and I think this show is actually airing next week, right?
This will be on the 24th of July.
And I don't need to talk about the workshop that will be over by then, because it's on Saturday. Anyway, it was really excellent. Sorry you guys missed out.
That's it. Actually, the workshop that held last Saturday, and how amazing it was.
It was awesome. We raised the whole planet into vibrational alignment with love and the 5G network. So there's just no fear involved with that anymore.
I am actually interested in the topic because I hear all this around the 5G, and when I heard you doing a live earlier in the Women in Business Adelaide community, I'm going, here's a new approach to the 5G network that I have never heard. Now, I don't tend to tap into the alarmist stuff, but I am interested in ways that we can work with whatever's happening. And when I don't pretend to understand the 5G network very well, but so if you give us a bit of what's prompted that workshop that you had last Saturday?
It was because I was seeing a lot of posts that were really promoting a lot of fear. And I'm not against educating. Of course, we need to educate ourselves as to what we can do to keep ourselves safe. But promoting fear and actually instigating fear and posting photos of little children dying of cancer, that is not helping. It really isn't, because it's instigating a lot of fear, even amongst people who are really awakened and who want to be holding love as their primary vibration. It's even, it's challenging them and pulling them out of the zone, so to speak. So I actually, it wasn't my idea, it was Source's idea. Just kind of, I had this workshop that was planned, but it wasn't coming together inside of me. It was it just didn't feel clear. And all of a sudden I woke up one morning and went, that's what I'm doing it on. So this was a week ago. I started just promoting it and going, who wants to come and actually heal the fear that's underlying this fear of the technology getting out of our control and causing all kinds of, negativities for us. Let's get to the bottom of the fear, release it, heal it, so that we can actually make an actual difference. Anyone who follows Abraham knows you can't bash out the reality that we want from the physical. It has to start. Vibrationally with our feelings.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and that's what we do on all my retreats. So I have one coming up at the end of August. That's a weekend. It's the new moon. It's an abundance retreat. So we're going to be releasing all the fear around lack of whatever you feel you're lacking. So abundance can come in, every way, shape, and form, from money to relationships to health. So we're releasing fear about lack and coming into our fullness. And when you're living in alignment with the truth, which is you are whole and one with Source, you're whole, you have nothing lacking. In fact, it's proven scientifically that every molecule of your body is holographically complete, a complete replica of the universe. I mean, I can't even remember that. Apparently that's true. So you're actually
when I watch TV, I choose to watch the Gaia TV, and I remember watching some of that and going kind of, whoa, it's mind blowing, and they're talking about the patterns and that how it's for me. My mind is just too much of it, too small to grasp the significance of that.
To me,
So,
I just see us all as this massive energy. Like there's no difference between me and you. In fact,
yeah,
cells are like, or is it molecules? Are 99% space, which means that, I mean,
yeah,
if you can see, if you can look at everything that appears solid and see it
yeah,
as there are molecules that are 99% space, there
yeah.
really isn't. It's an illusion that there's separation anywhere.
Anywhere.
So,
And I think, yeah, and I know that we do, as we're brought up with the I identity, it is perhaps more difficult for some than others to understand. And actually, like on a rational logical level you can get it, but on an actual embodiment level and knowing level, that's something that I think, I'm definitely going to be evolving into and working towards.
yeah, for
On a
sure. And you already are. You know, like I saw The Secret in 2007. It's 12 years later. I've been working nearly constantly with those ideas and truths and beliefs and embodiments. And, you know, in 2019, we're always evolving. And I mean, I've come a hell of a long way, but it hasn't been like overnight.
Yeah, yeah. When they say it takes me 10 years for that overnight, whatever it is.
That's right. That's a really great point, because you might think you're getting nowhere. So many people think that they're getting nowhere, but they've been shifting and shifting and clicking and shifting and clicking, and all the work is done under the surface. You can't quit now. You're a butterfly halfway out of the cocoon. There's no way of quitting. There's no way of stuffing yourself back in that shell. So just go with it.
No way, go back.
And you will be free. You'll be flapping and flying,
Be free.
flapping up to the Daintree with us, and
Which is that was what I wanted to ask you in terms of the topics we'll be covering. Tell us a bit about the Daintree retreat. Now we'll go back to the one in August, the Abundance Retreat. Where is that being held? How long is it for?
Farm for Wellbeing at Flaxley. That's Joan Carpenter's place, the Farm for Wellbeing. She runs Wise Woman Within. And it's a beautiful property, just hordes of trees and little areas, and she's got a spiral like meditation walk, and we're going to be communing with nature, and we'll be doing healing exercises, we'll be connecting with each other. We have Wendy Matthews as our chef. It's just really beautiful vegetarian food, and really letting go of any sort of lack mentality that you have left within you, and coming to a vibration of love and absolute self-love, and knowing yourself as whole and complete and already loved unconditionally, and already completely, you already love yourself. You'll figure that out. and then you go, don't. Exactly. It is like that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, groups of it now and then, and I go, yeah, I want more of that.
Yeah, the whole weekend is like that. And then up in the day in October, we've got 4 full days, so it's 5 nights and 4 full days. We're going to be doing activities in the rainforest and meditations, like swimming in the crystal, beautiful pools. We might do the jungle surfing. I know Adaire is keen to do that. I
did it a few years ago, and it was actually 10 years ago that I did it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Totally.
Yeah, those activities are optional. Like, you don't have to do them, but you know, you'll have a reef trip
for those people who we're doing the whole Greek wife thing.
Yes, I know.
I was just going to say, for those people who haven't done jungle surfing, it's actually zip lining, or like a flying fox.
Yeah. And we're staying in a beautiful eco B&B that is totally solar powered. And truth be known, I actually helped build it, because it was my original home up in the Daintree.
You're kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
And it's still owned. I still have I partially own it. My former partner has been running it for all these years. He has managers in it right now, but he's going back up there to run it in January. It's an
Fantastic.
absolute gorgeous thing. If you go to the event, there's photos of it on there. The event.
We'll put the event link. The event link is above here. So how many spaces have you got for both of those retreats?
We have 5 left.
For the Daintree?
For the Daintree retreat, we have 5 spots left. And for
August,
I think we still have 5 spots left for the August retreat as well.
Okay. And the August retreat is in South Australia?
Yes, that's at Flaxleys, near Macclesfield.
Oh, okay. So up in Adelaide Hills.
Yep. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
We have fire. We have a fire. We have drumming. We have music around the fire. Oh, it's just I can't wait.
Oh,
come along, all of you.
I'd love to. We'll talk about that offline because it's definitely something that I'm keen to do, and in really the universe is calling me to hang out with you some more. I love your vibe, girl. So before we wind it up, Mary, what is, if you could tell someone one thing about the whole self-love concept, and you did mention it before, if you could tell someone one thing that would help them to reset their compass if they're off track a little bit, what would that be?
It can be an awkward thing to do at first, but do it anyway. Am I close enough to the camera? Do it anyway. You want to go to the mirror. You want to look into your own beautiful eyes, and you want to say, I love you. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
That is the most powerful thing you can do in any moment that things are going any particular way. If things are getting crazy for you, if you're resenting someone else and you want to let that go, you can go and look in your own eyes and you just say, I love you, I'm here for you. And your soul will just dissipate. Any kind of anger you have with someone else, you can get rid of, you can let go of, you can process by looking in the mirror and doing it with yourself, because we're only ever angry with ourselves. And God sometimes. You ever have a like, or if you don't like that word, you can be angry with the universe if you want, when think, like, I'm thinking as positively as I can, and I'm
saying all these affirmations, I'm doing all this stuff.
And look at my life, rah, and maybe that's the anger that needs to come out. You can look in your own eyes and say, hey, little one, this is kind of a little bit of the exercise that we'll be doing on the weekend that some of you might have come to on the 20th. Some of you are probably going to be there. It's just seeing your little one inside and going, you know what? You were really angry and you weren't allowed to be angry. So you let yourself go and scream in a pillow. Because the emotion is coming up for expression. If you don't do it consciously, it is going to come out unconsciously in a way that hurts other people. It could hurt them physically, but it will definitely hurt them mentally if you let your anger out on someone. But if you do it consciously, you can process it without ever lashing out at anyone else. So.
I'm on an island at the moment, and there's at low tide, there's a spit of land, just down by the golf club down here, wherever it is. I'm geographically challenged, and it only takes an hour to walk right around the island, so it's pretty small, but there's a spit of land that you can walk out on, and you can scream your lungs out and nobody hears. So I
did that in my car one day. And I did get a look. But I don't know if they heard me, but they might have looked over and I was going, I was at one of the lights. I was at a red light or something, but it comes up to be expressed, and we weren't allowed to be angry, most of us, when we were little. So it's there. So we'll just let it go.
Give ourselves permission. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to do, before we wind it up, and we're going to do the hearts. I did warn you about the hearts. We're doing the hearts on community TV with Adaire. I just need to put the heart up, and I'm going to put our names off because we are, here we go. So if you just move to your left a little bit, to your right.
To my right?
No, too far. Go back to your left.
Oh, I see.
Stop there. All right, now look at your camera. And we'll smile for 5 seconds. Perfect.
Now for 5 seconds. That was funny. I really wanted to stick my tongue out.
You were what? You wanted to stick your tongue out?
I just wanted to stick my tongue out. I wanted to go
do
down.
it again. You can stick your tongue out. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to put the heart back on and we'll both stick our tongues out. Same face. Okay, go.
Am I in my place?
Oh, dear, that's gold. You are gorgeous, Mary McCloud. I do love you, and I love having you on this show. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Bye, everybody.
All right, I'll just drop you out and wind up the show.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. You know the drill. See ya. Oh, the amazing Mary McCloud, Earth Angel extraordinaire and retreat facilitator, teaching us to learn to love ourselves and learning to live in abundance and a whole heap of other stuff. So if you want to connect with Mary, all the links are above. Please click on the links and have a look at the amazing goodness that she has got on display. We are live, we are not live on mytimetv.live, but we are live generally Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. And we are on mytimetv.live. We're also broadcasting out through 50 channels of TV on demand, or over 50 channels, TV on demand through the Binge Network's TV syndication network. So thank you for joining us wherever you are, and I do look forward to seeing you again next week for Community TV with Adaire on mytimetv.live. Bye for now.